Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Look what's back. The icon hat is back. Well, it's a different icon hat. in Las Vegas. I have actually like 5 icon hats. So this one is just like a cotton baseball hat. The one that I had in Las Vegas that was in my backpack that was stolen was corduroy. I can't find it anywhere. Every once in a while people will send me like links to it and they'll be like, oh, it's available here. And if you go to any of the links are like, they're not like this, they're from like 3 years ago. But anyway, I was grabbing hats before we came down here. I brought 4 hats with me. I brought the Hot Rod LA hat that I always wear, the blue one. And then they're both sitting right over here. And then I brought the white and black, the Hot Rod LA hat, which is the one that I walk in at home. And so I brought that to work out in. And then I brought this hat, which I actually have not even worn until today. Why is my hair, it's like, I was telling Alex my hair is like getting so long. And he's like, well, you didn't get your hair cut until like a week before he came down here. And he's like, we've been here so long, which I'll talk about in just a second. But anyway, and then I brought this like trucker hat that I got. It says like Nashville country music or something. I don't know. I think I got it with Tanya somewhere. What is behind? Oh, my iPad is behind me because I was charging it earlier. Is it charged? Let's see if it's charged. I usually, when I come in at night, I charge it. Let's see. Do you guys want to see the picture on my iPad? It's little Boo Radley. Aww. Is it charged? Oh, yep, it's fully charged. So we just got back from the pool, and it is currently 4:15 p.m. We got out there actually earlier than we usually do. We slept in a little bit later than we usually do. I feel like it's really, really dark right here. I have all the lights on in the room. Let me turn on the, ooh, it's better already. Let me do the computer really quick. Hold on a second. So I can have a little bit of light for you guys. Okay, hold on just a second. So we woke up. Well, he got up. What am I doing? I'm turning the volume down. Hold on a second. Turn the light down a little bit. Oh, wait. That's better. It's still not great. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he slept in a little bit later than he did. We ended up getting down to the pool. It was before noon. It was like 11:45. We got up and like got into our swimsuits really, really quick. So our friends from Portugal that we met, they left today. And so their transportation to the airport was at 1 o'clock. And so we had actually gotten a Cabana today. And so we were like, you can use the Cabana before we get up there. And so we were both like, oh no. We told them last night, we're like, we're going to get up there. Because they said they were going to be there from like 10 until like 11:45. And so we're like, no, we want to hang out with you guys one more day. Because they're going to go to the pool before they like got changed to go for their flight home. And so we're like, no, we want to hang out with you like one more day. And so it was funny because when we were leaving last night, we said they were staying in the building right next to us down there. And so, which is really funny because like, it's like every group of people. So, okay, if you guys remember when we were here in April, well, the end of March, we came here after Ultra Music Festival. We met this couple that were probably 15 years older than me, and they travel a lot. And I think they were from like Washington. They went to like, they had a home in Washington and a home in like Oklahoma, and they would go back and forth. And they were down here. They stayed at like the Hard Rock, and then they came here for like 2 weeks. And Alex and I were talking, and we were like, I want a really long trip. Like we wanted like a 3-week trip, like 10 days, 3-week, 14 days, something like that. And so this is kind of like our very, very long trip. To be honest with you, it's amazing to just like get up every day and be like, oh, 4 more days left, I know so many people have commented and been like, Peter, I miss you on the front porch. There's part of me that is starting to kind of miss the front porch, but I will say this, it's completely different. I mean, this is a long trip for us. It's completely different, like not having dogs to go back to. Like probably by the 3rd or 4th day on a vacation when like Boo was still alive, like I would really start to miss Boo. But now we don't have any dogs to go home to. And so, I don't know, it's different. I could honestly stay here for like 3 months, If I wasn't gonna stay here for 3 months, I would definitely be filming on my channels more and stuff like that. I would just like get up and my stomach is itching. I would get up and I would film in the mornings and I would just go to the pool. But anyway, so we walked back to our rooms, and so like when we get to, so the buildings are like all connected, but they're separate if you walk outside. And so when we were walking in, they like went to the right and we went to the left. And Alex was like, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And she goes, we probably won't see you tomorrow morning. And I was like, well, I do want to watch some TV, so if we don't see you tomorrow morning, she's like, we'll text you when we leave. And I was like, okay. So what was interesting was, so I got up this morning and I like was having coffee. Alex was still in bed. He was like still asleep. And so he like got up and then he went back to bed, and I like kind of like I was like, okay, we got to get to the pool. So I got up, and well, Alex, like, he finally got up and then he was like getting ready. We got up real quick. So I was having coffee outside and they like walked by and I was like, are you guys leaving? And they're like, yeah, we're going up to the coffee shop to get something to eat before we leave. And because I looked at the clock and it was like, I think at that point it was like 11:30 or something like that. 11, I don't know what time it was. But anyway, so we got changed real quick, and then we like ran up to the coffee shop and they were ordering sandwiches, and so we got coffee and we talked to them for a little bit. It was really nice seeing them before we left. But so they're from Porto, Portugal, and so just so you know, we're going to be doing a reunion trip every year, hopefully, and we're either doing next, we're going to do the Dominican Republic, the two of us, or the two couples, or we're going to go to Portugal. So they like planned out, like, if we go to Portugal, we're going to go to like 3 cities, and they're like, rent a car and like do this and whatever. And so, but anyway, it's really nice. Like, I was telling Alex today, it's kind of like, this is where it's starting to feel really long, you know, because we'll like meet a couple and then like they came after we did and then they leave before we do. And so today we were at the pool and there was this couple, and the guy's like my age, and I think his wife is like Alex's age or something, and we were talking, super, super nice. And they were checking in today and we were like, how long are you staying? And they're like, oh, we're staying for like 4 days. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be another couple that we're gonna meet, you know. But anyway, so they left because their room was ready, and so when we were coming back to the room, they're literally right next to us. I told Alex, I said, here's the third couple we're gonna meet on this trip. They're super, super nice. This has been a really good trip as far as us like meeting just some really fantastic people. Last night, we both got done with dinner about 10:15, and we sat on the outside patio bar until like 1:15 in the morning and just like talked and talked and talked. It was so much fun, and it just, we've met such great, like the gay couple that we met when we first got here. I mean, they were so nice, and I mean, we just met somebody out. Alex really met more this couple that was from Houston. I think they had just moved to Dallas. They like lived in Houston, they had just moved to Dallas, and then they came down here. But I met them and like talked to them a little bit more, but Alex met them originally. And then we met another couple from Venezuela, a couple from Miami, and the lesbian couple from New Jersey. They were actually on the transportation with our other friends from Portugal. And we had like meant to exchange like you know, the phone numbers and all that, Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So they knew the other couple. And so she was like, oh, I was supposed to get Alex and Peter's Instagram. So Alex was like, we were at the pool, and he goes, oh my God, I just got a message from that couple that we met from New Jersey. And he was like, they're on the transportation with the other couple. And so she like anyway. It's just been a really good trip as far as like meeting people, and I don't know, also like to really learn other people's like world perspectives. I think, you know, when you grow up and you don't travel, even if it's just city to city, not just necessarily out of the country, but I think that does offer, you know, a different perspective, even though we like go to Mexico so much. But we meet people from other countries, you know? And so like on this trip, we've met people from Venezuela and New Jersey, which is in another country, but a different city, part of the United States. And then, you know, Ireland and, you know, England and Portugal, and then she's originally from Brazil. And so, and we were talking last night about countries, like they were talking about Liechtenstein and things like that, and we were talking about all these different, anyway, it was just, we were talking a lot about the lockdown last night, and like they were saying that they were like in their apartment for like a year almost, and just a different perspective of that. We were talking about like how did it really affect like the economy, and they were like Greece was really greatly affected by the lockdown, and they were telling us about like all that kind of stuff and how like Greece is trying to like anyway. So just to see like a different perspective, you know. Also, I mean, like that's on a very world level, but even just talking about like TV shows and stuff, like she and Alex totally bonded over Gossip Girl. And they really want to go to New York. And so she's like, I want to see, she's like, I want to see the building where Serena lived. And Alex is like, oh my God, I walked by it. You can go see it. And she's like, I'm more of a Blair fan. And then they were talking about Friends and their favorite episode of Friends. And so it's interesting when you like are having conversations like that. And those are like, you know, they like cross continents and things like that. I don't know. It's just, they were such a neat couple. So, but they left today. So we had to make some new friends. So we made new friends at the pool today. So this guy's wife was who I started talking to because so our chairs were like right here. We had a cabana, so it was behind. They had a cabana too. So the cabana is like you walk in and it's like they're beautiful cabanas here. But then they give you chairs like right in front of the pool. So they were next to us, like right next to us. And so Alex was in the cabana and he was like laying down and he was like so hot today. And so her husband was like sitting on these chairs in front of their cabana and he was like on his phone, like doing some work or something. So she and I started talking and she brings out this fan and she has it like set up like on the table next to her. And I was like, where did you get that? I was like, did you order that online? She's like, oh my God. She's like, this website has all these travel fans. And so she was telling me about these fans and we started talking and they were just really fantastic. But it's been so nice to like meet people and it's just been such a relaxing trip. I finished today. Honest to God, I am 19 books ahead on Goodreads for my Goodreads goal this year. I finished, somebody asked me yesterday, they said, what Audible book are you reading? Actually, I just downloaded the new one that I'm gonna start because the Wi-Fi down here is really slow. And I just downloaded the new audiobook that I'm gonna start, which is Going Home in the Dark by Dean Koontz. I think it's his newest book that just came. I haven't read a Dean Koontz book in so long. Yeah, it came out May 20th of 2025. When Hometown Horrors, I need to read something kind of scary. Like, I'm kind of missing that a little bit. When Hometown Horrors come back to haunt, Friendship is Salvation, and a novel about childhood fears and buried secrets by #1 New York Times bestselling master of suspense, Dean Koontz. So I used to, back in the day, I loved, this was back when I was reading like a lot of David Baldacci, James Patterson. I love the Dean Koontz books. So I was like, I'm wanting to get back into some Dean Koontz books. As kids, outcasts Rebecca, Bobby, Spencer, and Ernie were inseparable friends in the idyllic town of Maple. Why do I feel like I've read this on here already? The idyllic town of Maple Grove. 3 left to pursue lofty dreams and achieve them. Only Ernie never left. When he falls into a coma, his 3 amigos feel an urgent need to return home. Don't they remember people lapsing into comas back then? And those people always awoke, didn't they? Maybe I didn't read this. After 2 decades, not a lot has changed in Maple Grove, especially Ernie's obnoxious, scary mother, but Rebecca, Bobby, and Spencer begin to remember a hulking, murderous figure and weirdness piled on mystery that they were made to forget. As Ernie sinks deeper into darkness, something strange awaits any friend who tries to save him. For Rebecca, Bobby, and Spencer, time is running out to remember the terrors of the past in a perfect town where nothing is what it seems. For Maple Grove, it's a chance to have the 4 amigos, as they once called themselves, back in its grasp. So that's what I just started. Okay, so I just finished Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's like still up. It says 8 seconds left. I just finished that. Okay, so let me tell you about this book, first of all. If you're a lover of Taylor Jenkins Reid like I am. So I started this book. It's interesting because I think I was talking about this on here that if I didn't talk about this, I just read this article about Sally Ride, like the first woman in outer space, first U.S. astronaut in outer space. She, apparently on her deathbed, she had been with her partner for 37 years and they were never public about it. And so she gave her partner permission. I mean, especially I think during Pride and stuff like that, this is a really important story to discuss about people living in the shadows and them having to live in the shadows for so long. Out of necessity of losing their careers or their public reputations. And this is also a different time we're talking about, right? And so I read this article about how Sally Ride, who my mom always like loved Sally Ride. Like I don't know what it was about my mom. Like my mom was not a big like space person, but she loved the story of Sally Ride. So anyway, I read this article that like on her deathbed, she gave her partner permission. They had like owned a foundation together and everything. She gave her partner permission to come out and speak about their relationship like in their obituary. And in Sally Ride's obituary was like the first time they had ever acknowledged the relationship. They had been together 37 years. I mean, it's kind of sad, really, you know, that they felt like they couldn't do that. So I went into this and I kind of knew, I was kind of like, is this kind of the story of Sally Ride? But it's really not. They actually mention Sally Ride towards the end of the book. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody. If you know Taylor Jenkins Reid's book, so they always like start at the end and then they go back and they tell the story leading up to it. So it's the Challenger situation, but it's fictionalized. And so it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. Okay. The book was good. It was short. It was like 8 hours and I listened to it like at 2x5 speed. It was good. I wouldn't say it was Taylor Jenkins Reid's best. But like I texted Mel at some point. I was like, it's interesting to me that Taylor Jenkins Reid's like, well, I don't want to ruin other books. But a lot of her books have her books always have like a meaning behind them, like why she's telling the story. This one, very similar to the seven. I wouldn't say the story is similar, but like the purpose is very similar to the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It was okay. I just was kind of bored until like halfway through, because I was like, oh, so this is like this like hidden relationship between two women astronauts and they can't be public about it. But it is so much deeper than that, because the one woman who is told from her point of view, Jane, like has this very interesting relationship with her sister, and her sister's her niece, and that factors into it. Okay, I have to tell you. So we were both in the Cabana at the end. Alex, we both spent a lot of time in the Cabana today, and underneath the umbrella the whole time. I was really not in the sun at all today, except for when I got in the pool. And so, Alex is like on his phone, he's just like looking up Love Island stuff. And I'm literally sitting over to the side, and I'm sobbing, listening to this book. And Alex looked over at me, and he just like kind of like, he like turned away really quick. He always says to me like, he's like, I love when you like cry to books. I'm like, why? He's like, I just think it's so sweet. I am sobbing, okay? I'm telling you right now, the end of this book, well, there's like an end, and then an end, and then an end, okay? The end of this book, oh my God. It took this book, I mean, literally, I was like, okay, halfway through the book, I was like, this is a 3. And then the second half of the book brought it to a 4. And the last, I don't know, 10 minutes of the audiobook took it to a 5+. Like, it was such a great ending to this book. I got done with the book, and I was like, oh, I just finished this book. And Alex was like, he was like, was it sad because you were crying? I was like, oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. I mean, it just was like, imagine like if you, well, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, because if you like Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it's her brand new book out. I actually was texting Mel about it, and what was the book that she just finished? She gave it 4 stars, which for Mel, 4 stars is a lot. So I screenshot this book. I was like, if Mel gave it 4 stars, I am going to, it was a thriller. I'm going to listen to it. I just screenshot it. What is it? Oh, look, I took a picture. There's our Cabana. So you can see like we were like underneath the whole time. It was really nice. Tell me what you did. No, it's her 53rd book. So I screenshot it by Carter Wilson. I feel like maybe I've read it. Okay, so you guys, with this little lizard friend. Okay, you know what I'm going to do, actually? Because last night, so we went to the Italian restaurant for dinner last night. And I put it on my Instagram, but I know a lot of you guys don't have Instagram. So I'm going to actually, at the end of this vlog, I'm going to include both of these pieces. And then I might, if I do it in a video when I get home, people will be like, I'm not going to watch that. Why do I care? But anyway, maybe I will. Oh, look, I took a little cute selfies of myself. Of course, covering myself, because we don't want to see all that. What is another book? The Woman in the Library by, this is supposedly trending on Goodreads. It said on Goodreads. I've never heard of this book before. Solari Gentle. Has anybody heard of this book? This is how I find books. I just like screenshot all these books. Oh, and then I saw this woman, and she was reading this book, and the book was called The Vacation Mysteries by Catherine Mack. They don't really necessarily look like cozies. The cover looked like a cozy. Everybody down here is also reading on Kindles, and I kind of really bad want a Kindle. And Alex was like, I said something to him because I texted Nikki because she loves her Kindle. And my neighbor across the street loves her Nook or whatever. I was like, does anybody use this anymore? So anyway, but I texted Nikki and I was like, I'm starting to think I need to get a Kindle. But I love physical copy books and I love audiobooks. I don't know that I would read on a Kindle. So I said that to Alex and he goes, didn't I get you one? And I go, yeah, that was like literally like first generation when they first came out. And I go, I don't even think like you can link it to anything. It's sitting up in the cabinet. And he goes, and then didn't you buy one like 2 years after that you could also watch shows on? It was like, I don't know, what, Kindle Fire or something like that, which is now probably 12 years old. I don't even know, whatever year they came out. I was like, I don't even know. I was like, he's like, why would you buy another one? I was like, because I don't know, like I want a waterproof one. He goes, you're not going to bring it to the pool. He goes, I was like, I know, but now I feel like I need one. Everybody, do you ever feel like that? I feel like everybody. I have a list of things that I want to that I want to buy when I get home. And on my list, well, I brought my shampoo and conditioner down here, like my Hims a thickening shampoo and conditioner. And I brought it because it was the bottle that I had the least amount of. So I need to like order some of that when I get home. I need to order a couple Hims products, but I also want to get, I love the Hims products. I also want to get a pair of Madras swim shorts, Madras plaid swim shorts. I love anything Madras plaid. I used to wear a lot of it in my 20s. But anyway, the book one is called Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies. I was like, I feel like she's stealing my cozy mystery idea that I just told Nikki all about last night. There's 2 books. The first one came out in April 2024. The second one came out in May of 2025, and it's No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding, The Vacation Mysteries. There's a little picture of me as I was going to the pool today. What was I? Spectacular Things is the new Reese Witherspoon book. These are all my exciting screenshots. These are all my receipts, Whitney. When you go through a Drama Channel's phone and they have the Reese Witherspoon book for July, it's called Spectacular Things. I'm not buying it. I'm listening to some of these books. And then this documentary called Holes in the Sky, the Sean Miller story. I've never heard of that. Screenshot that. And, oh, so this is the people that we met last night. Oh, this is what I was going to show you. I put it on my Instagram. So this is a couple that we met from Portugal. Got a bunch of pictures of them. Okay, so I took this video and I put it up. Do you guys see these things? They're called Cody's. People keep on asking me what they are. So we were at the Italian restaurant and I sat down and I was like, I forgot my reading glasses because we rushed out of here to dinner last night. So I went back to the room and they were eating, like somebody had put their room service out like in the hallway. And they were, look at this, they were eating off these room service trays. This guy let me get up right close to him. I was like, oh my God, I think you're a friend of Boo Radley's. Like he looks right at the camera at one point. But then you can see they're all like, so the video that I put on Instagram does not catch the very end. So you have to look at the very end when they're all like, do you see the one that just ran? Okay. They're all congregating in this little outside area. There was literally like 30 of them. So they're like called Cody's. They're really cute and they're actually really, really friendly. And so they sleep in these nests in the trees. And we've come here before, they've told us. But I haven't seen them like that many before. So when we were coming back last night, they were in the hallway. And I said to Alex, I said, I think I'm just going to leave the door open and let them come in here. I said, they're going to come sleep in bed with me. Alex goes, they're going to bite you in your face. I said, they're not going to bite me in my face. I wasn't being serious. I know there's that one person out there, Sour Susan, that's like, you really shouldn't bring stray animals. As if I was really going to do that. But anyway, so I was talking to Nikki last night, and Nikki said I would leave a trail of food going in the door. So when we were at the pool today, there was all these iguanas. There's all these iguanas down here. And they're really sweet, and they're like, this guy yesterday at the pool, he was not very nice to me, first of all. Oh, wait, the computer's going out. He wasn't super friendly to me. But that's beside the point. But he was probably like, I don't know, he was older than me, but this iguana like walks in front of him. He's like, ah! He like got all nervous about this iguana. And I was like, and he like looked at me like I was the one that put the iguana in his way. And I was like, they won't bite you. Like the iguana literally ran into the bushes. We're so scared of it. And he was like, he looked at me like I put the iguana in the way. And I was like, they're not gonna hurt you. They're fine. And he was like holding onto his wife. And he was like, oh my gosh. He was like, that he called it, what, he didn't call it a lizard. What did he call it? He was so scared. And then the only like 2 chairs were like right next to where we were sitting, like with the lizard. And he kept on telling his wife, goes, further away from the lizards. There's lizards everywhere down here. But anyway, so Alex asked the servers today, he's like, can we feed them, like, can they eat chips? And she was like, oh yeah, they can eat chips. And they don't discourage the feeding down here at all. So you can see this little guy. Do you see him? So I don't know if you can see, but like Alex was feeding him like all these little chips. Look at how cute he is. I mean, he's beautiful. And they're shedding right now. I don't know if this is like shedding season. So here's the video of it. So Alex was like, he made this little like treat tray for him of all these like little tortilla chips and stuff. Isn't he so beautiful? He turns around. I got the back of him so you can see like how beautiful he is all the way down. Yeah, this is where you can see it. Look at how beautiful he is. So like this one looks like he just shed his skin. Because some of them down here, like, you can still see they have, like, half of their, like, shedding, like, their skin on them. And then the other half, like, the other half of them will be, like, you can see, like, it's not skin, what is that? I don't know what it's called, but anyway. But can I tell you what I absolutely love? So, this is where you can tell I'm totally an animal freak, because, first of all, I miss Shorty. We all miss Shorty, don't we? I've been checking in with Laura. Laura's like, I don't know which one. I said to her, everybody wants to know how Shorty is because I don't know which one Shorty is. So she's being real sweet about the whole thing. But anyway, I miss the ducks and she's taking care of all that. She's taking care of the ferns and everything for me. Laura's a godsend. So anyway, my neighbors are just amazing. But anyway, and we all take care of each other and stuff. But so I do too miss Shorty. But down here, like, it's weird because now that like sitting in the front porch, I watch the birds so much. Down here, I watch the birds a lot too. And what they do is, so they fly to like different, where people have left like french fries or tortilla chips and stuff. And but they don't just eat it right there. They take it and then they go to the edge of the pool and they get it real wet and then they pick pieces of it's so cute to watch. It's like this whole system that they know how to do it. And then it'll be like 3 birds. And you can tell there's kind of like a hierarchy because like the main bird will eat and then step away. And I know when I say this, people will be like, oh, that's like the mother bird. No, these are like 3 different kinds of birds. They don't look similar at all. They're not coming from the same family. Because I asked Alex, I said, we walked down to the beach today. The beach is, it just feels like each day. I said to him today, I said, I can't believe we haven't been to the beach one day because we can't even get in the water. You cannot even get to the water. It's so bad. So, I mean, they can't do anything about it, right? But I said, I mean, we probably saw 10 iguanas on the way. And I said, do you think that they all know each other? And he goes, do most people think like that? Because I don't think that, I said, no, I don't think most people think like that. And I said, but do you think they know each other? So then he like switches in to Peter thinking. He goes, well, they probably have like different neighborhoods. Like the lizard by us lives in, I said, or do you think they're all like from different families and they're like cousins? He goes, I don't know. I go, lizards like hatch from eggs, right? He goes, do they? And so I should know this because I know everybody's going to let me know it on the vlog. Everybody's going to be like, yes, Peter. Because I said that the duck was pregnant. Oh my God, people let me have it for that. But what happens before the ducks lay the eggs? Is that not considered, we don't call that pregnancy, I guess? I don't know. I have to look this up. If I look up, do ducks get pregnant? It's going to say no, they lay eggs. But it's like, you have to think like I think, okay? It's not that I didn't know that ducks lay eggs. It's like, what do you call that, though, if a duck is laying an egg? Is she pregnant, or she's just having babies? I know to a lot of people, you guys are thinking I'm totally an idiot about this. Do ducks get pregnant? I know it's going to say, no, they lay eggs. I know this. Get pregnant. Hold on a second. We're going to look this up. Have you seen the memes? And it'll say like, everybody else, it'll say like 4 a.m., everyone else asleep, me. And then it says like, you know, did Jesus have a middle name or something? I do Google the weirdest stuff. No, ducks do not. We knew this. In the same way mammals do. Female ducks, hens, lay eggs, and fertilization occurs when sperm from a male duck, which is called a drake, which none of you knew because none of you told me that. Don't act like, well, I'll tell you what I really hate. Okay, if you want to know the truth be told, what I cannot stand is when I'll say something and somebody will be like, Peter, ducks don't get pregnant. And what they'll do is they'll literally copy and paste. They didn't know either, but they look it up on Google and then they copy and paste it. I'm like, well, you didn't know either. Now, I would love if somebody would say, and they have before said this, I didn't know either, Peter, so I Googled just to see what it was called. I knew ducks don't get pregnant, okay? I knew they don't carry babies inside of them and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't know what they called it. You know what I mean? When they lay eggs. Fertilization or something. But anyway, but I love when people like try to act like they know so much, and then they literally like they copy and paste what it says on Google, and I'm like, because I'll Google it and I'll be like, that sounds familiar. Oh, because somebody copy and pasted it as a comment to try to make me look stupid. Baby, you don't got to prove me stupid. I'll admit I'm stupid all day long. I did not know a duck was called a drake. Did you? I know that our male ducks are called Harold and Howard, and that LaDonna is the one getting pregnant in her neighborhood. I'm gonna keep on saying she's pregnant. I don't care. But then, now Laura says there's ducklings, but she said she only saw them one day, so she's not really sure. I'm like, how do you not know if you saw ducklings or not? Now, you know, if I return home and down that street, LaDonna is walking, and there are 6 little ducks behind her, that's where people will be like, Peter, ducks only have 4, they don't have 6. However many, okay? If I see 6 little, you know I'm gonna lose my mind. If I go home to that, well, I won't be filming any videos. I'll just be following those ducks around the neighborhood. Okay. We don't need to know about sperm storage and ovulation and fertilization of ducks, you've just ruined it for me. Let's look up LaDonna Duck. Does she have her own Wikipedia page? LaDonna Duck. LaJudy is her sister. Oh my God, LaDonna Mallard Duck. You can buy it on eBay. LaDonna Duck profile, Pinterest. She's got her own Pinterest? Who is this? Oh my Lord, somebody's obituary. LaDonna Duck. Look, LaDonna Mallard Duck miniature for $15. You can buy, look, you can buy this on the eBay. I swear to God, you guys, it says right here. LaDonna. Oh my God, I have to look. The camera stopped in the middle of my investigations. La Judy Duck. I told Alex, as we're gonna get in the pool out there, I said, I'm not gonna vlog for very long tonight. La Judy Duck. Oh, the Little Duck, it comes up with all these books. Oh, my mom got me the book, The Little Duck, this exact one. My mom got me that book years and years and years ago. Well, obviously, because she's not here anymore. Judy Duck, Daisy Duck. Oh my God, is Daisy Duck related to Judy and LaDonna? Anyway, I should write a book about the ducks, is what I should do. Too many book ideas. So last night we went to the Italian restaurant. It was packed and it was hot. And everybody was wanting to sit outside because the air conditioning was broken. It wasn't like, I felt so bad for the people that were working in there because they're like all in like suits and ties and stuff. And it was so hot, like inside, like in a suit. I mean, I was in like shorts and a, oh my God, do you know what I found? That I actually, like I could fit on in the beginning of this trip, but not so much anymore, but I still wore it last night. Years and years and years ago, probably like, it was probably our first 2 years together, 15 or 16 years ago, Alex and I went to Louisville, Kentucky, okay, for some little weekend getaway. And in Louisville, Kentucky, they have a lot, where's the area called? It's by the park. They have all these like really cool thrift stores. And I had bought like these vintage polo shirts. I have 2 Christian Dior vintage polo shirts, okay? One is blue and one is red. So the blue one, they were not expensive. They were like $9, okay? I mean, they say Christian Dior on the side of them, but they're not expensive. They were like $9. I have never been able to fit into this shirt. Well, I think I forgot about it for a while. So I found it in like this bin, and I tried it on before we left, and I was like, oh my God, I can like finally wear it. It's kind of real short, not cropped or anything like that, but I was like, I can finally wear the shirt. So I've been saving it for this whole trip. Well, I think I put on a little weight since I've been down here. It fit. It just was a little snug last night. But so anyway, but we went to the Italian restaurant. We sat down and I was like, oh, I forgot my reading glasses. So I had to go back to the room to get them. What did I have last night? I had this pear salad. We're going to the steakhouse again tonight. They have the good salads. And then I got some pasta. I got this like honey, like, I don't know, this honey thing that you dip like these chips in. That was really, really good. I really wanted a dessert, but I ate all my dinner. By the time we got to dessert, I was like, okay, I'm kind of full. So then they went to the Mexican restaurant. We thought they were at the Italian restaurant. Anyway, they loved the Mexican restaurant. So then we went over and we met them. We sat there for like 3 hours and talked to them. And it was really, really fun. So yeah, it was really cool. And so then we walked back and we got back. Alex had, so he wasn't going to take a nap last night. He ended up napping. And so he didn't watch Love Island last night. So when we got back to the room, which was like 1:30, his friends were still up. It's an hour later in Indianapolis. And so, oh, by the way, people keep on sending me things about like, there was like a shooting in downtown Indianapolis. I don't know a whole lot about it. I read an article. But people keep on asking me about it, like the chief of police came out and spoke about it. I need to read some more articles about it. I don't know a lot about it. But to the people that sent that to me, thank you. It's very, very sad what happened. So Alex was talking to his girlfriends last night, and they were like, oh, we're just starting Love Island now. So he was so excited because then he could like text him while he's watching it. So I was like, okay. Well, everybody, I think Nikki was still up. I was texting her, and I talked to her for a little bit. Mel and Tanya and I have been like texting earlier in the night. So anyway, I was like, I want to watch something, but I didn't know what I wanted to watch. I was going to watch Love After Lockup, but I was like, no, I want to get further. I was going to actually start Friends and Neighbors last night, but I was like, I think I should probably get through Pulse first. So I watched episode 3, 4, and part of 5 of Pulse. I really, really like it. Here's the thing. This is why I'm kind of resistant to Grey's Anatomy, but I am going to watch it. I'm going to start it when we get back. The reason I'm kind of resistant to it is when I watch the medical dramas, I really enjoy the medical pieces of it. Like, if you haven't seen The Pitt, it won't make sense because everybody's telling me The Pitt is so completely different. Grey's Anatomy, ER, they have all these different, storylines of like administration and power plays and romance. Okay, The Pitt has none of that. Like, it infers kind of like a crush that somebody has. That's literally the entire, it's all medical drama. And I like that. The side stories, I'm not real interested in all that, if you want to know the truth. Well, the Pulse is all around, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't watched it, it's all around this main side story, which is interesting in the context of how it all plays out. But I will say this, the first like 4 episodes all take place on the first night because there's a hurricane in Miami. And then the 5th one is like the next day, or the 4th one's the next day, or something like that. So it's interesting. It is kind of, it's of all of them that I've kind of like, I mean, Alex watches Grey's Anatomy, so I've seen enough of it in the background. This is the one that reminds me the most of The Pit. I can't believe that it didn't get renewed. I mean, I'm kind of blown away, honestly. I think it's really well done. So I watched that last night. And then, I think I listened to my audiobook. Anyway, I don't remember. Oh, people were asking me last night what my husband, they said, what chocolate did it? Somebody said, I really want to know what chocolate. So if you didn't watch my vlog from yesterday, while I was vlogging, Alex went and got grilled cheese paninis. And then as he was walking out, he's like, do you want anything else? And I was like, no. And I was like, oh, something chocolate. And so people were asking me what he brought me that was chocolate. He brought me like a chocolate muffin, which I didn't eat. But then he brought me, they have like all these little cookies up there. They just look like chocolate cookies. And I'm not a big chocolate cookie person. And so the grilled cheese panini was so good. I looked at Alex. So it's like just basically cheese, panini bread, and mayonnaise. And I looked at Alex and I go, I love mayonnaise. He goes, that is such an Indiana thing to say. It was so good though. But anyway, and then I ate these like peanuts and some chips. I'm so hungry yesterday. And so I went to go have one of these cookies because I was like, I'll save the cookies until the middle of the night because they didn't replace the Snicker bar, which I was pissed about. I wanted my Snicker bar at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So I wanted the cookies for like late at night. Not that you can't like go and get cookies. I could go up there right now and get 40 cookies if I wanted to and nobody would blink an eye. Because it's like all inclusive, so you can go to any, I could get a pizza and cookies and a panini, I get whatever I wanted, right? But so I'm trying not to have too much stuff in the room. We have 2 bags of baked goods over on top of the little bar over there. So, but I had one of the cookies while I was eating. And I was like, at first I was kind of like, I don't know, I like this. Do you ever do that? Like, this is my reviews, right? I was like, I don't know if I like this. This cookie is so good. It literally, like, in 5 seconds, it switched. It was a coffee, like a mocha tasting cookie. Oh my God, it was so good. It's like a shortbread cookie. I would show you, but they're gone. I can't take them back because they're just like in a bag. Like they're not going to carry back to the States. But anyways, or I'd get some before we left. But it's like this mocha coffee taste, like coffee cake. Like, it tastes like coffee ice cream, but in a cookie. Oh my God, it's so good. I was like, we've got to get more of those. And then when we went to the restaurant last night, the coffee shop was closed and I was pissed. So I only had 2 more left, I think, 2 or 3 more left in the middle of the night. I kept on like, if I had to go to the bathroom, I'd go by and then I'd like, at one point, Alex, he woke up and he goes, what are you digging in over there? I go, I'm trying to get a cookie. And so then I would get the cookie and I would bring it back to the bed and I'm like, it's been a really good vacation. It's been so fantastic. I love it. We're currently planning our next couple vacations, so we're not really sure. We really wanted to do Vegas again for our anniversary this year, but we're really not sure if we're going to do that. We're not going to wait until we get back to even like think about booking it, but it really depends a lot on. I think like we didn't go 2 years. Did we go 2 years ago? I don't think we did. That weekend of our anniversary in Las Vegas, like the flights to Las Vegas can either be, and the hotel rooms, depending on what's going on, can either be astronomical or rather affordable. And it just depends. So we'll just save money and not go if it's really astronomical, and then we'll just put that into our next trip. So anyway, we're kind of thinking about all that. And then tonight we are eating at the grill. And when I get done with this, I'm going to get in the pool. Well, actually, I might go to the coffee shop first so that when I get out of the pool, I have it ready to eat. So, yeah. But we've had a really good trip so far. It's been really, really nice. It's been so relaxing. I was telling Alex, I said, I'm keeping kind of not a list, but a list of, hold on a second, of like my books and shows and stuff. Yeah, I have finished 6 books since we started our trip. So go into the comments a little bit and see if anybody asks anything that I'm not thinking about on the vlog of love. Denise put blue heart. Hey, Denise. Amy put blue hearts. Jacqueline put, thanks for the safe space, Peter. My wilderness. Oh, Jacqueline, I am so sorry. I'm sending. Oh, she said, it's nice to take a break, just like a little lemonade stand. You know, so many people, in all honesty, let's just be for real. I'm sure I'm not the first person in the world that said what the world needs is more lemonade stands. I just can't imagine. I mean, it's not like it's the most original idea. But so many people, like, connected to that idea. I think it's not so much about the lemonade stand or whatever. I think it's a return to innocence. Remember that song? But I think it's a little bit of that, of, like, a return to, I don't know, more simplicity. And I think, and there's so much going on in the world right now, but I'm thinking more about, like, when I've gone through, like, personal stuff in my life, like losing my mom and, you know, and the accident. It's like those, I think, clinging to those small things that made sense to me, that weren't complicated. The lemonade stand is not complicated. A comfort TV show, a comfort food, like, those are things that make sense in those moments. And even though it might sound stupid, it's like, at the same time, those are things that we can, like, hold on to. You know, I think that give us peace in those moments. And so I appreciate you saying that, and I'm sorry that you're going through this. And so many people have left those comments, I mean, for a very long time on my channel, but I feel like recently I've gotten more and more of those comments where people are like, thank you for creating a safe space for me, and I'm going through hard times, and I feel for anybody that's going through hard times. But the fact that, I think, like, sometimes people get confused, like the lemonade stand when I talked about that day, what people don't understand why, like, on this channel, like, I don't get into this and that. And it's like, I feel like there are very few spaces, like, as a reader, right? Like, if I read, like, 3 thrillers in a row, or 3, like, you know, horror novels in a row, I have to kind of take a break from it, right? Like, I feel like there are very few places in the world, and that's not to say that I don't think that to talk about those things is important, or vital, or meaningful, or that we should talk about those things. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that even in my personal life, I think that there needs to be safe spaces for me to have a respite from everything else that's going on in the world, and in my personal life, and in my friend's life, and being worried about people. You know, I think, and for all of you. And that's just always what I wanted this vlog to be. You know, sure, at times I'm going to talk about deeper things, and I'm going to talk about things that I think are important to talk about. But mostly what I want this to be is just a place where people can turn it on. And I mean, the comment that I get, the guy that I met here, so nice, he and his husband, that I met, and he said, you know, like, he does like pottery and things like that. And he was like, I just put your vlog on in the background. He's like, it's like listening to a friend. My friend that started watching my vlogs, so hey, to my friend out there, my old friend, my old girlfriend from back in the day. He's like, it's just like listening to an old friend talking on the phone, you know? I love that people find that on this vlog. Like, that means so much to me, that's what people get from this. I think even more so because that's not ever what I intended for this vlog to be. I can remember when I first started vlogging, I would get comments from people and they'd be like, this is not a vlog. And I'm like, a vlog is literally a video diary. And they'd be like, no, like, a vlog is like when you follow yourself around for the day. And I wasn't doing that. I was just sitting and talking. And I think it was such a kind of a bizarre concept. I mean, it wasn't like I was the first one. There were a lot of people that were doing that at that time, right? But, yeah, I love this channel. This channel is just, I mean, I love all my channels for different reasons, but this is just so cathartic for me. And so it makes me happy that it's cathartic for other people too. So thank you for that comment. And Jacqueline, I'm really sorry that you're going through a hard time right now. I hope that you find some peace soon. Elise, she's been around forever. Hey girl, blue hearts. Emily asked me if I have watched Animal Kingdom. I have not. It's on Netflix right now. I actually just talked about this not too long ago in here. My glasses look crooked. Probably because I've been holding them all day at the pool. But it's on my list. She left a long comment. Cauliflower said, I'm not sure I could miss the front porch if I could walk out of my hotel room into a pool. That is so true. It's very, very true. But there are, it's interesting because, like I was telling Alex this, like, as wonderful as this trip has been, I think, maybe it's just my perspective about things, I think it's made me even appreciate more of what we have at home. I mean, we have, like, our condo is small, our neighborhood's small, my life is small, and I'm like, I don't know, it just makes me appreciate all of that even more, just the birds and the neighbor and the pool down the street, and getting to do this every day, you know, and call it a job. Like, who gets to do that, you know? And I don't know, like, I love all this, but at the same time, like, it also makes me appreciate what I already, like, have, you know? And it makes it feel even so much richer, I think. Because they're two completely different things. Like, this is, as wonderful as a vacation is, it's not reality. It's not like I'm gonna live like this every single day. And in all honesty, like, as much as we love to travel, and I say, like, I could live in a hotel room for the rest of my life, which I do love a hotel room. I mean, let me just show you this. I mean, look at this bed. Okay. I mean, this bed is gorgeous. Goes into the bathroom. We've got like a walk-in shower. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's got, I mean, it's so nice in here. And as much as I love it, I don't know. Like, there's things about home that I just miss. I love home, you know? Do I think that this could turn into my home? Oh, baby. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I could live here 365 days a year, but I couldn't have a dog if I lived here, you know? I miss having a dog, but I agree with you. It's so nice having a pool just to walk down into. You know, one of the things I wanted to do this whole trip, it's so weird because, like, Alex won't do it, and I'm kind of scared. And so I'm thinking about asking Laura when I get back, but I wanted to watch, like, a shark movie sitting in the pool because that's, like, one of my big fear things, you know? Okay, well, speaking of the pool, I'm going to go and see if Alex wants to go get a cheese panini. He said earlier, he was like, I'm not getting a cheese panini today, but I think I'm going to get a cheese panini today. He said I might get something. So, he may be asleep. He was so sweet. So I walked outside and the music was real loud. So you can't hear it in here. But I opened the door and all of a sudden it was like boom, boom, boom. So, he may be asleep out there. He's like, do you want to film outside or inside? And I was like, at first I said outside, and then I was like, oh, the music's so loud, I'll film inside. So I'm gonna go see if he's asleep. He's probably on the couch right there, asleep outside. And then I'm gonna go to the coffee shop, then get in the pool, take a nap. We got dinner tonight. I'm hoping maybe to finish Pulse. Well, no, because I've got 5 episodes left, so that's 10 episodes total. Start my new Dean Koontz book, and more relaxation. So I hope you guys, oh my God, how did I even forget this? Yesterday I said it was Saturday, not Friday. See, that's vacation when you forget what, you don't even need to know what day of the week it is. Don't even worry about it. I'm my own person, just like Boo Radley. So many people were like, this is when I was talking to Nikki last night. I said, did you watch my vlog? And she was like, yeah. And I said, why does everybody keep on saying, because everybody would just say, Peter, it's Friday. They didn't say, like, you said it wrong. And I didn't understand it. She goes, in your vlog you said that it was Saturday, not Friday. I go, oh, did I? It felt like Saturday yesterday. I don't know. So today everybody switched out. It's like a lot of people left today, and not a lot of new people came. So it kind of feels like a Monday or a Sunday. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm on vacation. So anyway. But it also has also made me, like, when we get back, it's really made me kind of, like, look at my attitude about the rest of the summer. Like, getting up, filming some videos in the morning, and focusing on reading, and it's just like, I'm just really enjoying the rest of the summer as much as I can. So one of the things I've been researching, so you know I have these, like, bird baths. So one of the things I've been researching, I've seen, is that, like, to put bowls of water on the, this is my project, number 1, when I get back. Okay, so you get, like, I think it's supposed to be a glass bowl, not a metal bowl, although my bird baths are metal. I haven't put them out yet. So one of the reasons why I didn't do the tables on the front porch and get flowers and stuff is because we knew that we were coming down here. So does it make sense now? That's why I didn't do all that stuff. I was planning on doing that as soon as I got back. I was like, I'm not doing all this. I mean, also because the painting went so long. If the painting had ended like June 1st, I would have done all that stuff. But I was also like, when it got closer to it and then the painting was done, I was like, I'll just take care of all this when I get back. So when I get back, putting the new tables in the front porch, putting them together, the bird baths are going up. I just didn't want, like, Laura to have to do all that stuff every day, or my neighbors next door, or the gardener. So I was like, I'll just wait till I get back. But one of the things I want to do is, so for the animals when it's really, really hot, and also in the winter, don't forget them, because that's when it's really hard for some animals to find clean water. You put, like, a ceramic or glass dish on the ground, but this is really, really important. You also want to put a rock in it and a stick. And make sure it's kind of low, it's not like super deep. That way, if an animal crawls in to like cool off or to get like a clean drink of water, and you want to fill it up with clean water and stuff, it can climb out, like on the stick, or it can climb out, or like get on the rock, and that way it doesn't get trapped like a little chipmunk or something. So that's my goal when I get back. I've got some ceramic things of my mom's that I don't really use anymore. This one like casserole dish. It was beautiful, but it's only like that deep. And I'm like, this would be perfect. I'm gonna put like 3 rocks in it. So I'm really excited about that when I come back. So yeah, I've been like making lists of projects and videos that I'm gonna make when I get back, and I've been screenshotting books. I got like 20 books I'm gonna buy when I get, I'm not buying any books. So I'm down here, I'm listening to the books that I have because I got 544 books or something like that. I don't need to buy any books while I'm down here. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna go get my cheese panini and some of those coffee cookies that are so good. And we're gonna get in the pool, take a nap, and go to dinner tonight. And then, yeah. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. If nobody, is it Saturday today? Yeah. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I love you. And, I love you. Bye. Bye. Happy birthday. Oh, what was my birthday already? Whose birthday is it next? I should have looked to see if somebody said it was their birthday today, and then I could have said, but instead, happy birthday, Lena. Bye.